I have a deal for you. You receive full pardon for every criminal action you've committed in the United States. It was an accident. About an hour ago, a small jet went down inside New York City. The president was on board.
President of what?
That's not funny, Pliskin. You go in, find the president, bring him out in 24 hours, and you're a free man.
Welcome to the Perfect Movie Podcast, the podcast that watches movies made for men. I'm Michael.
I'm Kalen.
And today, we're doing our second chance at re-recording Escape from New York. We just put in 30 minutes of work. It's just because I have it zoomed out super far, Kalen. No worries.
I'm paranoid now.
So I basically made some technical mistakes Well, you guys never heard it, but we recorded basically half a whole episode, about 35 minutes, about Escape from New York. And trust me, guys, it was gold, but you missed out. Because we're going to speed run it this time, because we've already done it. The bits are old now. I haven't had time to come up with new bits.
So it's time to get to our final question.
Is this a perfect movie? All right, Kalen, Escape from New York. What do you think about it?
I saw this a really long time ago, forgot all about it. Watched it again, forgot all about it.
All right, Galen. Thank you. Now, my turn. Escape from New York. It's a movie I like a lot because it's kind of goofy. It's a little silly, but not in that way in modern movies where they're like, hey, aren't we doing something crazy right here? It's just about manly men that are macho and a guy named Snake that's so badass that everybody knows.
It's about just looking cool and doing cool shit. And you know what? I'm cool with that. Are you
That's
cool with that?
right, Kalen.
All right.
Kalen, I don't know if you know this because this is a new thing I've never said to you before, but did you know this this character inspired the character Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid?
No fucking way. Is that the game by Hideo Kojima?
One and the same.
Hell.
Have you ever played Metal Gear Solid 5? The Phantom Pain?
I have. Have you ever played the Amazon delivery game that he made?
Yeah!
Starring Daryl Dixon?
And Guillermo del Toro!
It's the greatest game ever made!
But that's not Metal Gear Solid, Kalen. We're talking about Metal Gear Solid and Solid Snake.
Gotcha. And this movie is starring Python Pete.
Kurt Russell as Snake Plissken.
All right.
Let's get into the performance test, Kalen.
I thought he was fine.
I thought he was great. No, before I get too deep in this, I want to talk about 9/11, Kalen.
Oh my God. You mean the topic that comes up every episode?
Look, all I know is a formational memory of my childhood, and that it's an important topic that we need to talk about all the time. Just ask Pete Davidson's dad. Just kidding, you can't. All right, so you know what happened at the beginning of this movie? So here's the setup. A man approaches a man, and this other man is wearing an eye patch, and the other man is wearing the general's uniform. And he says, Snake, you're the only man for this job. Hey, in New York, there's a prison. The whole city's a prison. And now the president, he got dropped off there in an egg. And we gotta have you find that man that is the president and bring him back. And Snake says, I don't give a fuck about the president, but I'll smoke cigs and look cool on the way.
And shoot every fucking body.
So then he lands a hang glider on the top of the Twin Towers, and as he's flying in, I say, "Oh no!" This reminds me of that traumatic memory.
Luckily, he had a safe landing.
Yeah, no, he landed just fine. And then he proceeded his way down the stairs and then down the elevator on the streets of New York.
Passed a lot of sexual assault.
And he found the presidential egg. But inside there, boop, no president.
Oh no, we have to go on a 2-hour-long adventure to find him.
Now we go find him, and first he stops by a drag show because he appreciates the arts.
Very progressive for the time.
Should we do every episode like it's a fast forward version of our episode?
I think this is great. Let's keep it going.
And he goes to the drag show and he meets a cabbie that says, "You're Snake Plissken, my favorite guy ever. I have your baseball card." I don't know where the president is, but I know that President Dr. Loomis of Halloween fame is captured by the Duke. The Duke, he runs New York City. He's dressed like a cowboy.
Wait, is the Duke a white man?
No! Because they did DEI.
Oh my god.
But let's not forget, Caitlin, that the stakes had been heightened. The stakes have been raised. Because not only is this about rescuing the president, because honestly, let's be real, who gives a fuck about the president?
Not me.
Not me. But it is also about the safety of humanity, because the president needs to be at a nuclear conference between Russia and China, and if he's not there, the whole world's gonna blow up!
Oh my fucking god!
You gotta get in there, Snake, and shoot some people on the ground! Hurry, Snake, that man's got a knife, you better shoot him like you're a cop! So Snake goes and rescues the president. And he runs into this guy whose name is Brain, because he's the brains of the operation of the Duke.
These names are so ridiculous.
Well, mostly he wants to meet the Brain because first he meets his big titty girlfriend. And then he meets the Brain. And he says, "Brain, I know your real name. Your real name's Marvin. And Marvin screwed me over on that one job. That one job with me, you, and Fresno Bob."
I'm glad you remember me. Yeah. Man should remember his past. Kansas City 4 years ago, you ran out on me. You left me sitting there.
You were late.
We were buddies, Harold. You, me, and Fresno Bob. You know what they did to Bob?
And they have some beef. But they get past that beef and learn to work together for the sake of saving the president and the world. Thank you, Snake Plissken. You're the best man ever.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Okay.
Okay?
Are you?
Absolutely.
You know the meme. Some of you guys might have heard the meme where there's a man and he's in a Walgreens and he's being belligerent. And he goes, "You're not that guy, pal."
You're not that guy.
Snake Plissken. He's that guy.
For real.
All right, Kaylin. And this is a film directed by John Carpenter, who is also a man who likes to smoke weed and make music. And he smoked weed and make music for this this movie. And now we're doing It's an Art, Bro. This is where we talk about our favorite aspects of the filmmaking process, like sets, effects, lighting, and music.
What's this?
It's an art project.
Okay, I like it. Picasso. Yeah, that way.
Hey, remember the 80s?
The 80s are nice. Do you remember synth music?
I do.
Do you remember bass music that goes, ding?
I do.
Well, that's all over this. I'm going to be honest, the soundtrack for this film, I can picture like John Carpenter behind a
Me too.
keyboard
Yeah.
vibing.
Yeah, for sure.
Like John Carpenter goes on concert tours and does his music, and Escape from New York soundtrack has to be near the top of that list.
Of course.
'Cause, I mean, like,
he's in the zone.
It slaps.
It slaps. Much like the Halloween theme.
In 1988, the crime rate in the United States rises 400%.
Hey, Kalen, do you remember when Solid Snake threw a knife in that one guy's forehead at the top of an apartment?
I do remember that.
That was a scene in this movie.
Oh, my God.
Should we move on to, hey, what are you trying to say?
Take it away whenever you're ready.
All right, let me just get that last measurement on your
Thank you. You know, I need this for the wedding.
Okay, well,
I need it really quickly. Like
it could take about a week to do.
It could take a week.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are you trying to say? He's trying to say that I'm so big, my bum is so big, you need to order to various countries far away to get enough material to make a pair of pants so I can fit my incredibly obese buttocks into a pair of your specially made little suits.
No, I mean I'm the only one working here this week.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that would be great.
That shooting minorities is okay, and
Look,
rescuing the president is cool.
If they're poor, you should probably shoot them.
Oh, okay.
Some call it a mercy killing.
Gotcha.
So I like that this movie doesn't care about the president and thinks the president is a bad man.
Yeah.
The president gets rescued, and then immediately after his rescue, he's like prepping for his TV interview, and he's getting his face powdered, and everyone's doting him up, and his whole vibe totally switches from being this scared Dr. Loomis into being just the pompous asshole he probably was before he got dropped into the middle of New York.
Right.
And his whole vibe with Snake is like, oh, yes, thank you, whatever, you saved me. Time for me to go on TV, but I'll talk to you in a minute, I guess, maybe. And I just, the distrust of the government is deep, and I love that Snake, so he has a tape, the president does, that I guess is something to do with this big nuclear convention happening between the U.S., China, and Russia.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I wasn't able to make our place, I wasn't able to make it to the treaty, but I will play this tape as, my part of this whole thing.
Good evening. Although I shall not be present at this historic summit meeting, I present this in the hope that our great nations may learn to live in peace.
And then Snake could swap the tapes, and I forget, it's like jazz music or honky tonk or I forget. Some shit starts playing on the tape player, and Dr. Loomis goes, because he's upset that this happened, and Snake goes, yeah, got the man one more time.
Does Snake represent the American people?
No, because the American people actually love the president.
Oh, right. Forgot about that.
Did I mention that the president lands in an egg?
Yes, you did. You did.
Sorry, we're speedrunning this episode.
Let's move on to Let the Hate Flow Through.
Good. Use your aggressive feelings, boy. Let the hate flow through you.
This movie sucked.
I liked it.
I'm just kidding. This movie was fine. I had a good time with it.
Kaylin,
if you love 80s stuff, it's a great 80s film.
Here's my tip. And this
Your
is
tit? I'm not trying to see that, bro.
This is my tip. Pointer. Hint.
Gotcha.
Maybe if you are a little high.
Yeah.
You smoked a little ganj.
Yeah.
You can kind of get down with just the stupidity of this film.
Right.
And just vibe with and I won't lie. There's moments where I searched my phone. It is a little empty and wandery in the middle. It doesn't have a lot of propulsiveness in the way you get a lot of your modern action movies where a guy just like leaps out of one action scene, licks his wounds, and is immediately in another one.
Yeah.
This one is kind of a lot of like wandering around and meeting people. But it's mostly the swagger of Kurt Russell, the character of Snake, and then the way that it's written that is this very heightened, like Snake is the best man ever.
Yeah. It's campy goodness. And I like it for that aspect.
This could have been a Chuck Norris movie. This could have been a Death Wish sequel or something.
Yeah.
This is a very 80s era film. It is a Predator handshake ass movie, and I liked it.
I agree. Things that I didn't like, I don't know. Some of the characters I didn't really care for. Some of the moments I didn't really care for. Some of the movie I didn't really care for. Let's move on.
Shall we ask our final question?
Is this a perfect movie?
You lost a baby brother. Perfect in every way.
I had a baby brother. I had a little baby brother. And he was perfect. Perfect in every way.
Movie.
No.
Yes. I'm just kidding. I didn't actually want to induct it, but I do enjoy this. I want the people to know that I like this movie and that I think it is a fun movie. It's a dad movie. If you were going to hang out with your dad.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And you say, let's watch Escape from New York, he'll be like, hell yeah, son.
Dude. And then he'll tell you all about how he waited in line at the theater to go see it.
Yeah.
Opening night. Yeah.
Sometime, Kalen, we need to cover They Live, which is like the flip side of this.
Yes.
It's an alien invasion movie, and it's the film starring Roddy Piper that has the great line, "I came here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum." And then he shoots up a whole bank because he's the hero, and it's the 80s.
Oh, yeah. Hell
if you have a gun and it's the 80s, you
You're
can do
cool,
whatever you want
dude.
with
You
it.
can do what the fuck you want.
All right, Escape from New York. A perfect movie? No.
No.
A movie?
Purgatory movie?
No, it's really not. But it is a film. Maybe one of those you had to be there movies. Maybe just a vibe check movie. If you know a man that loves 80s action,
Yeah.
just that broy, hammy, muscular. Although Kurt Russell, as far as like action heroes of the 80s,
He's pretty like a regular dude.
yeah, he's not cut like a fucking Adonis
No.
like Schwarzenegger or Stallone.
If I was gonna say if Stallone was in this, it'd be a very different type of film. Yeah.
It'd be the same movie, it'd just be a man that's larger.
Yeah. Well, that's.
And less understandable.
What are you talking about? I gotta save the president?
I don't care about no president. Hadrian!
Not a perfect movie.
Not a perfect movie.
But that's okay.
This was a speed run brought to you by the fact that I made a technical malfunction earlier when trying to record the actual full-length episode.
Shout out our shortest podcast ever.
You know what? We're speed running this bitch.
Maybe we should do more of these. Maybe with a script next time, so we actually know what we're talking about. That would be great.
You could try that out.
Yeah.
The 10-minute review.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. We call it speed run.
Speed run. That's a pretty good idea.
Next
All
week
right.
we're doing Wall-E.
Yeah, we're going to do Wall-E. That is a real apocalypse movie. Also, we didn't cover the fact that Escape from New York is not an apocalypse movie. I read the blurb. It sounded apocalyptic. I had vague memories of watching the movie.
I remember it being dirty and disgusting and bad teeth and all types of shit.
Inside New York feels like an apocalypse. Outside New York feels dystopian, so it kind of rides the line. But I would say if we're being really, really cutthroat about it, technically not an apocalypse movie.
You know what is an apocalypse, though? Real life New York. You know, with all the immigrants and stuff.
Yeah, that's been a major problem. And the rats.
Mm-hmm. Eating all the pizza. Training fucking turtles.
You know, one time I went to a restaurant, and the head chef was a rat.
Oh, shit. Ratatouille?
Yeah.
Nice. Well,
speaking of Pixar movies, next week we're doing Wall-E.
We said that already.
I know, but I'm running it back because I'm trying to sign off.
We'll catch you on the flippity flip.
What did I teach you?
You are Duke of New York. You're a number one.
I can't hear you.
You are the Duke of New York. You're a number one.